A Newcastle United player says he lived on just £5 a week after gambling his wages away. Karl Colley signed his first professional football contract with his hometown club Sheffield Wednesday as a 17-year-old. He made a dream move to Newcastle as a youngster during Sir Bobby Robson's tenure, where he played under Peter Beardsley in the reserves. But the defender struggled mentally with his move to a new city. That set his decline into motion as he dropped down the English football pyramid until he was playing in non-league for the likes of Halifax Town and Goole. Now Colley has shed light on the depression he endured as a player. He spoke candidly about putting on a cheerful demeanor around teammates but secretly struggling with the impact of his gambling addiction for the remainder of his weeks. He told Under the Kosh podcast, "I was surrounded by gambling growing up. My dad was a gambler. My granddad and uncle were gamblers too. My dad used to leave me outside the bookies, but you couldn't see what was going on inside. You could just hear the commentary. I was always intrigued. When I'd leave Newcastle's training ground, the only place I'd feel safe was the bookmakers. I was like a lost kid in a big city. When I'm at the bookmakers for hours on end. I'm obviously gambling more money and it's getting worse, but that's my safe place." He explained how he would place a bet every 30 seconds, adding, "When I was betting, nothing else mattered. That's when you know you have a problem. My month's wages would be gone in a week, maybe less. Thousands of pounds. I remember living on a fiver at Newcastle some weeks." Colley was once sacked by Sheffield United, before suffering the same fate at Goole after he tried to punch a fan while playing for the East Yorkshire side in January 2014. Then 30, Colley was yelled at by a Colville Town supporter, prompting him to storm into the stands and throwing a punch. The former captain was fined and axed by the club. He has faced 2 banning orders from stadiums, initially facing a 6-year ban before facing another 5-year ban, which ends this summer. Colley explained how his struggles with gambling continued during his time in non-league, adding, "I was just playing to pick up money. That's all I've ever known, playing for money. I wasn't in the right frame of mind, I was still gambling. Still suffering from depression. Nobody was aware of it because I hadn't opened up yet. People knew I was a gambler, but the depression and where my head was at, nobody knew. You'd see me on a Saturday, and I'd be smiling and laughing with a few quid in my pocket. Nobody saw me struggling the other 6 days a week. Breaking down and facing my demons. Join our petition to keep the magic of the FA Cup alive. Join our new WhatsApp community privacy notice.